A very good morning to my dear class 12 computer science students. We were reading chapter number 10 and the name of the chapter is Communication and Network Concepts. So today we'll be starting a new topic and the name of the topic is Network Topologies. So what is a topology? Topology, it is actually the pattern through which the various nodes are interconnected in a network. So from here, node means computer. So how we are going to connect the computers together to form a network is known as topology. I'm repeating again, the pattern of interconnection means how we are going to connect different computers together is your topology. Okay, so there are different ways actually with the help of which we can select our strategy, how we will be connecting all the computers together. Okay, so it totally depends upon the choice of media and the access method you are using. Based on these things, we will be selecting the topology for a particular network. Okay, so some most important reasons or factors we can say that are affecting our selection is like one of the most important is the cost. So we want that whatever network we are going to establish should be cost effective. It should not cost us much. Okay, so installation should be done in the minimum price. So keeping this factor, we must decide ki which topology is best for us. Okay, next is flexibility. As we sometimes need to move the furniture in the room, similarly we also need sometimes to shift the computers or reposition the computers, or we need to add new computers in the network. So the flexibility of the network is very important. So flexibility is also one of the important factor that must be taken care of before we are selecting the topology. Okay, so next is reliability. See, whatever topology we are choosing, it should be reliable. Reliable means trustworthiness, because failures can be there. Like sometime it will happen that the individual node will stop working, and sometimes the complete network goes down. Okay, so our topology should be such that it helps in the fault detection and isolation. Okay, minimum cost in finding out the fault and isolating that particular computer from the network at the minimum in minimum time and at the minimum price. If such type of topology we are adopting, then we will not be facing any problems. Okay, so now comes a topic about point to point link. As I told you, we have discussed this topic in previous lectures also, point to point link. So point to point means computer to computer, means there is one computer that is sitting here to transmit a data to another computer, and that computer also is sitting to receive that data from that particular computer. Okay, so in this type of particular network, the communication will be it will be much more secure, because it is transmitting to a particular station or the computer, and this will automatically means it will definitely receive that data and will also reply back. So best performance we are getting when we have peer to peer or point to point network. Okay, because there is a reliability of the connections between the two. Okay, it will start transmitting the data when the connection between these two has been established. Okay, so now different types of topologies are: one is your star topology, second is your ring or circular topology, next is your mesh topology, one is your bus topology, next is your tree topology, and one is your fully connected one. Okay, actually fully connected one is just like your mesh. Okay, so next is now let us explain these topologies one by one. So in star topology, actually we are having a central node, and from this central node we are connecting different nodes together. Okay, so this is also a computer, and this central server is connected to other computers. Okay, so here in this type of topology is mostly existing in information networks involving the data processing or voice communication. So wherever we need to deal with the data processing and the voice communications, this topology is best. Okay, so what are the advantages of this topology? That we have many access points. We can access the, or we can transmit the data from many points, right? Next is one device per connection, means every device is having its own individual connection with the server. Okay, next is your centralized control problem diagnosis. So because we have one central node that is controlling all other computers independently, so it is very easy to diagnose the problem. Like if this computer is not working, so only this will not work, rest all will work. So we are easily able to detect which computer is not working in this particular type of network. Okay, so topology means the arrangement of the computer. So we have to arrange the computers in star like fashion. Okay, so this topology means if this is the way in which we are arranging the computer in star shape. Okay, so what benefits we are getting, we are discussing here. Service ease is better. Okay, device per connection, every device has an independent connection with the central node. Okay, so the detection or the fault isolation is very easy. Okay, now simple access controls are there. Okay, means there is no complication as such. If a node or a computer wants to communicate with the server directly, it has to approach the server only, because server is the central node that is taking care of all the other nodes or computers that are connected to it. Okay, so what are the disadvantages? It will take long cable length. Okay, maintenance and installation is costly in case of star topology, because every node or computer has to be connected to the central device, so lot of cabling will be required. Okay, it is difficult to expand. Okay, because every time the connection has to be done with the central node, because central node is also a computer, and there can be a complication how many computers we can attach to a central node. So there can be problem in case the number of computers are more. Okay, central node dependency. So all the computers, they are dependent upon the central computer. If central computer goes down, definitely all others computer will not be functional. So these were the disadvantages. Next type of topology is bus topology, that is also called linear topology. So in this topology, we are arranging the computers in a linear way. Okay, there will be a central bus, we can say, or through which the data is passed to these particular computers. Okay, so this is being used from the past time. So it is a traditional data communication network where the host at one end of the bus communicates with several terminals attached along its length. So we have a common bus through which the data will be passed on. Okay, and the data will be passed on here in the form of packets. Okay, so one more thing, the transmission of any station travels along the length of the bus, and the transmission can be in both directions. Okay, at the end we have terminators, okay, that are going to terminate, that further no more devices are connected to it. Okay, so these terminals they are connected at both the ends, and they will absorb the signal, removing it from the bus. So once the data it has started from here, this is the server, and these are the stations or workstations, or we can say the nodes that will receive the data that is transmitted by this server. And once this data has reached the end, that means no node has absorbed that data, was in need of that data. Okay, so it will be absorbed by this terminator. Okay, so data is actually traveling in the form of packets, and we know the concept of packet switching. Okay, so packets they are having data in the form of bits. Okay, one it will have a header, means data, that packet that is being transmitted from the server, that will have a header plus destination address. Like server is has sent a packet from here, data packet from here, and this data packet will have the address. Like I want to send some data to this particular computer, so server will put this its address in the destination address column of that particular packet. So when this packet comes here, so this particular means device should check whether it is my destination address is written on this packet. If yes, so it will receive it, otherwise it will let the packet go further. Okay, so it will reach here, so it will not accept it, this packet that is traveling from here. Okay, so when it will reach, it will see that it is my destination address, so it will accept it and use it, and the packet will further not be transmitted. Okay, so in this way it works. So what are the advantages? That short cable length, there is no complexity. Okay, it is very simple, and recovery is very easy because this architecture is very simple. Okay, and easy to extend. If we want to attach a new node, that will be attached always at the end. Okay, in between we are not going to attach any computer. So if you want to attach a new computer, it will be attached here, and this terminator will be extended further. Okay, so these were the advantages. What are the disadvantages? Fault diagnosis is very difficult. Okay, because there is no centralized control here, so fault isolation is very difficult. We are not able to detect the fault easily. For that we need to check different nodes at different places, that where is the error. Okay, and one more, that repeater configuration means sometimes if the length of the bus topology is too long, okay, so that time we need repeaters. Now what are repeaters? Repeaters are just like amplifiers that repeating your signals, because the length, as we are transmitting data from here to here, if the distance is long, because of this lengthy distance, the quality of the signal will be degraded because of the interference in between the medium. Okay, so if it has to travel a short distance, though no repeaters are required. If the data has to travel a long distance, so we need repeaters or amplifiers in between them. Okay, so as to retain the quality of the data, should be maintained at the up to the longer distance. Okay, the nodes must be intelligent also. They must know who has to consume the data that is being transmitted from one end. Okay, next is your ring or the circular topology. Why it is called circular ring? Because it is circular in shape only. Here is the concept comes like token. So token, whosoever wants to transmit the data, let us say this particular computer wants to communicate to this. Okay, so data can be transmitted in either direction, either in clockwise or in anti-clockwise, but once the transmission has started in a particular direction, it cannot be reversed back during that process. Like it has started the data transmission this way, anti-clockwise, so when this will release the token, it cannot release it, means it is trying to transmit data to it. Okay, so it will put the data in the token. Okay, it will take the token and put the data into it, so it will release the token. Okay, so when it will release, it will come here and it will check whether this token data is having my destination address. If yes, so it will take the data from this token and release this token for the further communication of other nodes. Okay, if the destination address doesn't match, okay, then it will let go this token further. Okay, so whose destination will match here, it will take the data from this token, it will consume that token, and once it is done, so it will allow the token to be reached to the particular destination. Okay, go further. So it is telling that data travels in any one direction, but one direction only, direction cannot be changed. Okay, so if like it has given an address and there is no computer with the same address, so it will ultimately remove this token from the ring, otherwise it will keep on circulating. Okay, so that can cause a problem. Okay, so next is advantages of ring topology. Short cable length is required. Okay, so there is no requirement of special space for storing the wires, because wires are less. But in case of star topology, we have a lot of wires, we have seen, because every computer has to be connected with the central computer, so a lot of wire is required for that. So it is suitable for the optical fibers also. When we are using optical fibers in the transmission media, that we can go with this ring topology, it goes best with it. Okay, next is disadvantages of ring topology. Okay, a node failure causes a network failure. If one of the node is means is not working, so token will be hanged here only, it will not be passed up further. So this is very serious disadvantage. So diagnosis of the fault is also difficult here. Okay, because the whole one node fails, then whole network goes down, so we are not able to identify easily that which node, because of which node this problem has arisen. Okay, so reconfiguring the network is also difficult in this case. Next is your tree topology. It is just like the inverted, means it is of shape in inverted tree form shape. Okay, so here you will find that the data is transmission of this topology takes place in the same way as it was done in the bus topology. Okay, so here we have but actually it is a hybrid topology. Okay, it is a modification of the bus topology, so it's a mixture of bus topology and the other topology. Okay, so data means here also we have the concept of terminators that are absorbing the signal when it crosses the complete bus. Okay, it is just like the bus. You can see here we were having a single computer, but here we are having along with this server we are having different multiples computer attached to it. Okay, so it's a variation in your bus topology only. Okay, so what are the advantages of these three topology? It uses point to point wiring. Okay, we have discussed the concept of point to point. Then concept that it is supported by several hardwares and software, so it is very good point that it is compatible with different hardwares and softwares. Okay, what are the disadvantages? Backbone line breaks, means the central line through which all the computers they are connected. If this line breaks, then problem is in the whole network only. Okay, then it is more difficult to diagnose which wire is in the problem. Okay, this is also a complex problem. Now next comes the mesh topology. Actually in mesh topology each node is connected to more than one node. Okay, so alternate route is provided. Okay, so it is very much beneficial. Okay, to use wherever we need backup plans we want to implement, we want to reroute the data. Okay, we want to have the pass-through capabilities, so in that case we will be using it. Okay, so mesh topology actually is commonly used in the large internetworking environments and in the with the combinations in like star, ring and bus topology. Okay, basically it is ideal for the distributed networks. Distributed networks are like where the data is distributed to several locations, like in geo the centers are distributed to various geographical locations, like we have center in Haryana, center in Delhi and in other states also. So the database of the geo is distributed to different geographical locations, so it will take distributed network into account. Okay, it is ideal for that also. Okay, so what are the advantages? It is robust, it is providing security, it is giving privacy also. Fault diagnosis is very easy. And what are the disadvantages? It is costly, cabling cost is more, bulk of wire is required, because we are providing the additional reroute facility also, backup plan is also there. So it is just like you are fully connected, every computer is connected to other computers. So if it is not able to communicate, if it wants to communicate through this, so only it is having a separate path, and otherwise also like it can communicate via this to it. So there are many other paths also through which a particular computer can communicate with each other. So everyone is having a separate connection. Okay, so all computers can communicate with each other. So such type of network is also known as fully connected network. Okay, so last point about this topic is factors to consider the topology selection. What factors we should keep in mind before we select the topology? First is, like if you are going with the military work, so there we need fully connected topology. Okay, so if you are going for military, you should go with fully connected topology. Okay, next, if your budget is not that much, okay, you don't have much expenses, then you can go with the bus topology. Okay, linear bus topology. And if you have much expenses to use, so you can go with fully connected, like mesh topology is there. Okay, then length of the cable needed. Okay, so if you are concerned that I don't want to use much cable, so don't go with star or mesh, because they require additional space to store the cables also. Okay, then you must go with the linear bus topology. It will consume less cable. Okay, like in ring also it will consume the less cable. Next, future growth. If you are concerned about the future growth, that in future I need to grow my organization, so for that compatibility you should go with the star topology. Okay, and communication media, if it is your concern, so you should go with different types of topologies. Like in school, you can go with the star topology also. So depending upon your requirement, you may select the topology. Arrangement topology is finally the arrangement of the uh, systems in a particular network, how we are going to arrange the systems in the particular network. I hope you have understood the topic, and this information is very essential, because this information will be required in solving the numericals, which we'll be discussing in coming 1 or 2 sessions. Thank you so much.